So it seems like Shadow the Hedgehog is not beating the main character allegations for the Sonic franchise. I mean, how greedy can they get with this character? He was recently the main character in the new Sonic Racing Crossworlds animation, and even got a victory against the former main character Sonic in that new animation. His story took center focus in the blockbuster Hollywood film Sonic Movie 3. He even got his own dedicated campaign in Sonic and Shadow Generations. Oh yeah, Sega just announced a multi-year licensing deal with the International Olympic Committee, and on the artwork, they literally have Shadow front and center in front of everyone with the main character Sonic to the left, so clearly he's taking center stage. 2024 was the fearless year of Shadow, which proved to be a pretty successful marketing campaign, as most projects that were released were centered around the edgy hedgehog. It kind of feels like with all these new marketing campaigns and new promotions, it feels like Shadow's kind of being introduced to the main cast in a lot of ways. Whether you like that or hate it, it just kind of seems to be reality. Considering how mismanaged his character was over the years, this fearless year of Shadow campaign certainly was a good thing. I'm happy to see that Shadow is kind of getting reintroduced back into the limelight of the series. And today, another interesting development in the revival of Shadow the Hedgehog has entered the fold. There's potentially a new project featuring Shadow in the works currently right now with Sega. Everyone on the timeline is asking why, and in today's video, we will be breaking that down and seeing exactly what's going on and check out our predictions. So here it is. According to this account, Sonic and all characters, it says Shadow the Hedgehog trademark has been registered by Sega of Japan. The patent leans to the game console software category, suggesting it is related to video games. This is the third unclear patent after Sonic Jump and Sonic Spin Battle. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Sega filed new trademarks last year for Sonic Jump and something called Sonic Spin Battle. We still haven't gotten any confirmation as exactly to what those could be. It's presumed that it could be something related to video games, but still not sure. Sega acquired Rovio for $776 million back in August 2023, so clearly there's going to be a slew of mobile games that are coming. Obviously, they did a collab with Angry Birds. We have Sonic Rumble allegedly coming at some point in time, so keep in mind that's certainly a thing. Also, we had Sonic Blitz recently released. But all that beside the point, Shadow the Hedgehog is certainly at the focus of this conversation. Everyone wants to know why. Like, what exactly could this be? So let's take a look at some of our predictions. Let's see what Tails Channel has to say. Tails Channel says trademark repositories reveal that Sega has filed for a Shadow the Hedgehog trademark in Japan. Filed in September 2025, the application lists clothing, toys, and other categories under its classifications, while products such as computer programs are otherwise listed alongside the goods and services the trademark encompasses. It's currently unclear whether the trademark signals towards anything significant with regards to game titles to be released by Sega in the future, though the possibility remains to be seen. So what could it be? Well, let's try to take a look at all the possibilities, the fun ones as well as the boring ones. So merchandise and licensing certainly seems like it could be a possibility, although to me, it kind of signals that this could be something a little bit more significant. According to Sega, the Sonic licensing business generates over $1 billion in annual retail revenue. According to this graph provided by Sega, since 2019, the licensing revenue in 2024 increased 10 times. Coincidentally, that was right before the first Sonic movie release, so clearly there's a correlation there. As we stated earlier in this video, Sega did announce this new Olympics merchandising line as well, so clearly that was significant enough for some type of formal announcement. So it's certainly possible that this could be tied to some type of Shadow the Hedgehog related merch, but also at the same time, they own the rights to Shadow. So I don't think they would need to do a trademark specifically for merchandising. Maybe some type of licensing. I don't know. Let's not forget now that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was the highest rated video game film of all time, as well as the highest grossing in the Sonic movie franchise. Knowing that Paramount has a huge hit on their hands, it doesn't seem like they're going to be slowing down anytime soon. And one of the biggest contributing factors to why this movie was so successful was obviously Shadow's character. He was very good, and even people that don't like how the Sonic movie characters are portrayed all really seem to enjoy Shadow's character. His backstory is just so powerful, and he's just so cool. It's really hard to believe this, but I think at this point we can openly discuss it. At the end of the third movie, in the second post-credit scene, it was shown that Shadow is still alive, picking up his inhibitor rings. Not sure exactly where he ended up, but clearly there's potential for further exploration to his character and giving him a little bit more of a limelight. Despite how popular and well-received his character was, can you believe that he only had 17 minutes of screen time in the entire film? There is a lot more that they can do with this character, especially when it comes to his origins. We know a little bit about his tragic backstory, but we don't know about his origins because it was changed in in the third movie. Instead of being created by Gerald Robotnik like he was in the games, he was discovered by the government and then experimented on by Gerald. So right then and there, we have tons of potential material to further explore Shadow's origins. So we'll have to see what Paramount does. Keep in mind, for years, since literally 2022, when he was first revealed in the post-credit scenes, there's been unconfirmed rumors that Paramount is going to develop a Shadow the Hedgehog spin-off. I mean, it makes perfect sense, considering that Knuckles got his own spin-off for Paramount Plus, and the project was like actually relatively successful despite some of the fan backlash, so clearly there's some room for this. If they were going to announce a new Sonic movie-related project that is a spin-off TV series, I would imagine that they would get this out probably sometime before the fourth movie releases. Fourth movie doesn't release for a very long time, so if there's ever time to make an announcement for the project, it would probably be sooner than later. But let's step away from the Paramount side of things for a second, because in the back of my head, I do wonder, like, okay, can Sega file trademarks related to Paramount? I don't really know. I don't want to get into that, but I do want to get into all of the possibilities. Let's talk about the Shadow Generations prologue animation. This was nearly unanimously liked by the fan base. Everybody has been begging for a Sonic the Hedgehog TV show in this style. Currently, there is no Sonic TV show running ever since Sonic Prime ended in early 2024, but there has been a massive demand for some type of animation in this style. A Sonic the Hedgehog TV show that's more akin to Sonic X with modern animation and polish would be something that is extremely well received by the fan base. The Knuckles prologue animation was also really well received as well. So there's an outside shot that maybe Sega's working on a new Sonic TV show, as multimedia is a huge part of the brand strategy now. But due to the fact that the trademark is called Shadow the Hedgehog, it doesn't seem like this specific trademark could be related to a Shadow the Hedgehog TV show that's not developed by Paramount. But I do hope that some type of Sonic TV series does make a return. Let's also not forget that the last time Sega filed a trademark for a project called Sonic and Friends, it turned out to be like this mini animated TikTok series. So like I said, outside shot, but certainly possible. Within the next 2 fiscal years, we have 8 major mainstay titles expected to be released by Sega, so clearly one of these has to be a new Sonic the Hedgehog game. Maybe it can be a plethora of Sonic the Hedgehog games, maybe 2 or 3, but at the end of the day, we know a new Sonic game is coming. Considering we just got a Shadow the Hedgehog themed game, it does seem a little bit unlikely that a new Shadow game could come, but there is one thing I'd like to keep in mind with a new Shadow the Hedgehog project. The original Shadow the Hedgehog spin-off debut game was released on November 15, 2005, which means in a little over a month, it will be the 20-year anniversary of this infamous game. So does that mean that Sega could potentially release some type of remaster or remake to Shadow the Hedgehog? Surely they would never do that. I can't see it happening, but hey, you never know. Regardless, I think this release date may be significant in the sense that whatever this new Shadow the Hedgehog project is, maybe this will be the release date for the announcement. Keep in mind, during an interview last year for Sonic and Shadow Generations, one of the producers of the game did say that if Shadow continues to rise in popularity, we will see more games featuring Shadow. Now, does that mean Shadow will be featured in the game? Doesn't mean there will be more Shadow games. That remains to be seen, but there is a brand new Shadow the Hedgehog project that is in the works. Could it be a video game? Absolutely. Could it be a TV show? I would say maybe that's the most likely. IDW comic spinoff? I don't know. I mean, I know Sega already owns the rights to the Sonic IP and licenses it out to IDW, so maybe that has an outside shop. I don't think a full-blown trademark warrants that. We'll just have to wait and see, so let me know what you guys think